Your age is a disease. At least that's what they want to tell you. You're 49 and you're about to turn what? The big 50. What immediately comes to mind when you think of that? If you haven't hit 50 yet. Uh-huh. So if you thought negative thoughts, that's exactly what the world, society, people who are hiring us, people who don't want to do business with us, that is what they think. The world thinks that we are somehow a disease, that when you turn a certain age, you are over. And it's absolutely the opposite, especially those of us that are over 50 can tell you. But we feel invisible, undervalued, unheard, and all of that is ageism. You're a superpower. That's what they're not telling you. They are not sharing with you that women in particular over 50 have a $15 trillion buying authority in America alone. So today we're doing we're talking about three things, three actions. I want you to grab nuggets from each one of these 3 points. We're going to talk briefly about age being a disease. Not really. Age being our superpower. Really? And tips to control the narratives so that you can better control what they say and think about you when you are ready and needing to advocate for yourself. To understand the power you wield and play to your advantage is huge. It's huge. This way, you can advocate, as I said a moment ago, for yourself. So the next time age comes up in a family discussion, in the workplace, on comedy stages, amongst your friends, yeah, you can refute it immediately. Well, I'm Barbara Brooks, and I am your age positive spokesperson, speaker, media guest, content creator, and the entrepreneur behind Second Act Women. And like a good mixtape, I love using that analogy because who didn't love a good mixtape? That's what you will find inside of this podcast, vlogcast. Every week, we talk business, entrepreneurship, careers, life, providing tips and tools for all of it so that you walk away from the broadcast with lots of really great things to take into your life. All right, so point number 1 of 3. Age is a disease. That's what they want to say, right? Remember this? I'm 50. From Molly Shannon from SNL skit. We all laughed. I thought it was hysterical back in the day. Yeah, it's kind of still funny, but on another side of funny, because that's what they actually thought. And so did Molly Shannon, who is now over 50, thought of herself, thought of us. That was funny back then. Not so funny anymore. Your age is a disease, and the symptoms of laziness, as they say, change resistant, menopause, it's a disease, slowness, are wrinkles, and technophobia. They always want to lay technophobia on us, don't they? It's a disease. It is not. But here's what I want to tell you what ageism looks like, just to remind you. Ageism is a deeply ingrained prejudice, stereotyping and discriminating on us based solely on the chapter number that we sit at in life today. And my chapter number is 57, a glorious, fabulous, fierce 57. But it's a significant societal issue. There is a crisis happening right now, if you ask me, when it comes to ageism and the gendered ageism that we feel when we are trying to find a job and or do life, right? It's recognizing a person as a unique person versus making those damn assumptions about our characteristics, our stereotypes based solely again on this number that we're sitting at in life. It's widespread, and it's a phenomenon that is far-reaching and has far-reaching implications affecting our lives daily, individuals, the economy, and society. That's what ageism is. But stat! As if we're in an emergency room. But this time, this stat is a good one you need to know. An insight from AARP says that age discrimination against Americans alone, age 50 plus, cost the U.S. economy, get this, $850 billion with a B dollars in 2018. Can you imagine what that number sits at now after the pandemic, with having so many of us lose our jobs or not be able to get hired, having to take much less positions, which for some is okay. That's what they want. But hello, when we're not taken seriously at the age of 50 plus, whew, it can lead to a lack of innovation, creativity, culture, lower bottom line. That's right, lower bottom line, and a slower economy, as I just said. $850 billion it costs the economy because we're 50, 60, 70? That's craziness. The economic impact of age discrimination found that, and this is a study by AARP, the impact study found that the potential economic contribution, the contribution of the 50 plus age cohort could increase by $3.9 trillion in a no age bias economy. Do you know what that means? That can contribute an additional $30.7 trillion to the GDP by 2050. That's not long. That is not long. And here's the thing. We're all growing older. I mean, we are, but literally the world is growing older. But somehow our age is a disease, so we shouldn't be hired, taken seriously. That is a crisis. It's a crisis happening today, and our age should not define at all who we are. And I know that's what you're thinking. I know many of you already feel that this age and this time in life is beautiful, but sadly, there are some of us that don't feel it. But the truth is, it's a superpower, and it doesn't define us. Let's take a moment. For those of you that are watching, watch this beautiful video from United Nations. It's called Age Doesn't Define Us. It's 1.5 minutes and well worth the watch.
So what's this all about?
Can I say it again? So I'm too old for this.
You just want me to say what people say about me.
Weird question, I guess.
My teacher says you'll grow out of it. It's just a phase.
It was never a phase. I never grew out of it.
Never grew out of it.
I guess I'm too reckless, I don't know.
People like to talk very loudly to me.
They say I don't think things through.
You're looking still good for your age.
I'll figure it out when I'm older.
You are having a senior moment.
When the focus is on my age, life seems to get a little bit harder.
It feels like I'm not given a chance.
I need to keep up.
Or get out of the way.
I lack experience.
Or too much experience.
I'm baggage.
Only weighing people down.
Looking at my age,
Like it is a disease.
where I work, no one takes me seriously.
It makes me feel powerless.
And it hurts.
When people see only my age.
Doesn't define to spread the word that age does not define who we are. There are people that are unable to put money or food on their table because of our age. And I think you saw that we were even talking reverse ageism. How did you feel when you were in your 20s and 30s and told not to speak in that meeting? I know I was told that by Anne. I won't say her name. I was told that by managers. You're there to listen and take notes. So we have to be reminded that we also can't be, as the 50-somethings, the ones who are turning our backs on the reverse ageism. But that's not what we're talking about today. We are talking about us over 50. There's a new thing that you need to know, 50-year-olds and above, that you're a part of, that you probably have never heard of before. And guess what it's called? And it is a $1 trillion industry. It's called the longevity economy. The longevity economy is the economic contributions by us, by people over 50 and older, and by AARP's global report of the longevity economy in 2020. This 50 plus, our 50 plus population contributed, here we go again, $45 trillion to the global GDP. Or, as we'd like to say, 34% of the global gross domestic product. Can you believe that? That is the power. I know I keep using that word. That is the power of us. It is powerful to understand that. You need to know that that is what you bring to the world. That equals to about, it says here, 3 times the combined revenue of the world's top 100 highest earning companies. That's not power. I don't know what is. Yet, ageism is the only ism left besides our friends that experience ableism that is left untouched at times, that has made us to feel unworthy. We're living longer and healthier lives. I believe I saw a stat that said that we are living, women, sorry guys, I think you're still in the 70s, to 82. That is our median age today, 82. Watch CBS Sunday Morning. And you know, when they do the obits, it's amazing how many people truly have lived long, beautiful lives. We're living longer and healthier, and we're positively impacting, as I just said, the economy. Those are the things that you need to recognize, that we need to recognize. The number of people 50 plus will continue to grow over the next decade by 19 million people versus only 6 million for the 18 to 49 population. Yet, we're made to feel we're too old. We're being put out to pasture, or told we should be, because people like me and others in my community of second act women, we're not standing by letting that happen, and nor should you. So number 3 is we've got to take control of the narrative. If no one else is doing the work, we've got to do the work. We've got to put in the good fight and take control and refute the stereotypes that they've placed on us. It's up to us, women and men over 40, 50, 60 plus, and also really everyone. Because again, we've all experienced a reverse ageism. It's up to us to make the shift in dynamics so that we are better seen, we are heard, we are valued, we are hired, and hired for the dollars that we are worth. So refuting those stereotypes outwardly, but also internally, because it's imposter syndrome and some other things, that comes into play, is we've got to do that among our family, our friends, our coworkers, one-on-one meetings, interview. If you're being interviewed, you definitely need to refute it. If you're interviewing with a business to do that big sponsorship deal with, or if you're interviewing to land that next job because you're swiveling careers, or you're just simply trying to move over laterally or above inside of that company. You got to refute the stereotypes if you're over, especially over 50, but let's say 40, regardless, right? Well, I will tell you, they say tech starts at 35 for ageism for women. Boom, there's that. So here's what you have to understand, that as a human over 40, 50, 60, these are the things I want you to refute, because they're going to say that we're lazy. Number one is we're lazy and aren't resourceful. Well, do your homework. You will find that we have learned to be sufficient and resourceful. Gen X boomers in particular, think about our lives and what we had to learn over the course of time. Well, we were all learning, right? But specifically us, as what's called digital immigrants. Google it. It's a thing. That we can't think as clearly. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, if I would have thought this clearly back in the day, and I wasn't into drugs and alcohol in college, but I sure did have my ADHD at play. And I've been, soaking it all up and learning what I wanted and what I needed to learn then. My GPA would have been higher than it was. It wasn't bad, but it would have been higher. Yes, we can think clearly, because guess what? We have what's called built up knowledge, called crystallized intelligence. Crystallized intelligence. We have crystallized intelligence, which refers to the accumulation of knowledge, facts, and skills that are only acquired throughout life. And if you're 40, 50, 60, 70, can you imagine how crystallized your intelligence is? And the thing is, it only improves with age, right? Because we're always growing and learning. So next time you go into a meeting, go into that meeting showing off your brain power. That we don't adapt to change? Are you kidding me? Studies have said that we're more open and apt to change and accept change by others, within others, more than our younger counterparts. We, have demonstrated times and time again how many times we've pivoted, we've swiveled in our careers, in our lives, in our businesses. We're definitely adaptable to change. Another one is that you can't start a company, or you can't switch careers entirely. No. Google the term portfolio careers. You've heard me say this many times before. Many of us actually want to have several careers. Sometimes they don't even have anything to do with each other. But the idea that we can't start a company when research says that more women over 40 today are not only launching companies, we are launching successful companies than ever before. Did you know Canva is a unicorn? Started by a woman. Now, I use that as an example. She was 30-something when she started it, but regardless. I always like to say, I love for people to know that Canva is a woman-owned company. Anywho, yes, you can start a company at any age, and it's even better if you're going to over 40 because of what? The crystallized intelligence, the adaptable to change, the resourcefulness to find and get things done. But also because we're not really afraid of tech. The idea that we have tech phobia, nope, we don't have it. We are digital immigrants. Think about Pac-Man. Think about Pong. Think about Nintendo. All those. I was playing Game Boy, football Game Boy in the 6th grade on my little Game Boy. 6th grade. That was the 70s. Technophobia. 50-year-olds, here's a stat for you. 50-plussers are not only are we digital immigrants, but 50 plusers own more devices or the same devices, I should say. Okay, let me back up. Woo, 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 woo. Technophobia is not a thing. We don't have it. And if you do, you got to learn. You got to get over it. You got to get through it. You got to get rid of those Yahoo, AOL.com accounts, by the way. That says that you're old. We're not. But that's what it says to people. But 50 plusers own devices at the same rate as people 18 to 49. Google it. It's true. Smartphones, smart devices, smart TVs, Alexa. Oops. She's about to talk to me in a moment. Yeah, we've had machine learning in our homes for years and years and years. So don't be afraid of AI. It's been here. Make sure that, again, you get rid of those other email addresses and you add Gmail, because if you're looking for a job and they see Yahoo or MSN or AOL especially come up, nope, you're not with the times according to them. And make sure that you address in those meetings, beat them to the punch, any of the tools that you and certifications required, or the tools that you're testing or work on. If it's Asana, if it's ClickUp, if it's Monday.com, if it's Google Workspace, yeah, you got to talk about it. If you're learning something in AI, be able to at least understand what AI can do for you in that job, in that position, and for your clients. Understand that. Continue to grow your business acumen, because they are going to keep telling us we're too old and that we have technophobia. The last two is, oh boy, I used to get this one a lot. You look good for your age. You know what I used to do? I used to say, thank you. Yeah, I'm only 45. Notice the word only. Yeah, I'm only 51. Thank you. I love that you said that. Thank you. No. You know why you look good for your age? Of course you do. This is what your age looks like today. It's not what Molly Shannon, I'm 50. With pants up to here, one outfit that is, one shade. No, of course you look good for your age. This is what it's supposed to look like today, whatever way you look. And then you're weaker in the workplace and the world. And as we somehow grow older, we're weaker. Our own personal brand, so to speak. We're weaker. Yeah, it's not a disease. We're not weaker. I call bunk on that. Your personal brand, you are a personal brand. And guess what? You've established a brand that is well over 30 years old. That's right. And while your brand may have changed over time from pivoting or swiveling careers, truth is you have a strong brand over there at Me Incorporated. You're the CEO of your brand. Much like the CEO of Nike or Apple or MSN or Google, you're the CEO of your brand. And it is by far the strongest and will continue to be the strongest brand represented in your world today. Matter of fact, I'm actually going to teach a session, a 5-part masterclass session coming up in July about boosting your brand, going next level to gain more visibility. And you know what? And getting the bag. Yeah, we're going to talk about it because you have a brand that is stronger than ever before. So you're not weak. So as I come to a close on the whole age is a disease, not. I want you to recognize all of those things. I want you to also take note and maybe even jot down some of the other things that makes you strong, that makes you powerful, that makes you of value, that makes you so that you should be heard wherever you are. Write those things down, commit it to memory, get it up on a board, whatever it may be. Remind yourself if ever you have those times that you don't feel enough or someone else is trying to tell you don't feel enough. Nope. Pull out that jar, that piece of paper, or your memory bank because you have crystallized intelligence. Remember that, no. Yeah, you got this. You got this, girl and guy and they, whoever may be listening. The question is, what do you want to be known for today? So Thanks for listening. I am here every Thursday morning talking about age and career and life and all of it and this beautiful time in our lives. There is no better time to be living right now than today in your body. 40 is the new fabulous. 50 is the new fierce. And you know what 60 is? It's a force. 60 plusers are a force today. All right, so coming up, I hope to see you next Thursday morning at 9 a.m. right here inside of Barbara Brooks TV or the Second Act Show on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts. I wish you nothing but a blessed day today. Thank you, Yolanda Larkin, for joining today. Age is your superpower. I will talk to you all very soon. And Yolanda, we got to get that brunch going. I was talking to Quinn. Okay. Everyone have a beautiful, blessed day. You are worthy. Bye.